Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning in. You're welcome to a very special program today. And today we are having our politicians, the African politicians, on my panel. Remember the death of George Floyd on the 25th of this May 2020 was the result for which we started up this program, the Racism Talk. And we have ever since been having conversations with different people who have gone through racism, and we've had different experts come on board to tell us exactly why racism exists, the purpose of racism, the intention behind racism. And of course, like I say all the time, this platform was created to empower us, to inspire us, and then to heal us from all our wounds. And after this, we want to take actions. No wonder today we have changed the program and we're having a special program today because people like you and me are taking actions. And today we are having the program African politicians talking about politics. Welcome with me on board are different politicians from the different parts of Germany, especially from the North Rhine-Westphalen. I welcome on board Dr. Benjamin Chade. He is also candidating for the Integrationsrat in North Rhine-Westphalen in Cologne. I welcome also our architect, Eli Abeke, who is also one of the candidates, and of course, the president of Bündnis14 Afrika. Then, the only woman on the platform. I am so proud and very, very inspired to have a young lady and of course a woman on the platform, Priscilla Maria Nakinganda. You're all welcome, ladies and gentlemen. How are you all today? I start with Dr. Benjamin. How are you, sir?
I'm fine. Thank you very much for the invitation. And I'm doing very well today. And for the invitation, it's really, really good to be here. And
thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you very much that you're here. Thank you also to our architect, Eli Abeke, who is also the president of Bündnis14 Afrika. I'm so glad to have you on my panel, and I'm also glad to have you, Priscilla Maria. I am very excited over the conversation of today, and I want to give you all some few minutes to have a word. Tell us who you are and why you're here, and why should the people vote for you. I start with you, Dr. Benjamin Chade.
Yeah, thank you, Vera. My name, as you said, my name is Benjamin Chade. I'm from Togo originally, and I'm working at the University of Cologne. And since the time I've been a student at the University of Cologne, I've been working with foreign students, especially from the African countries, and also other students from all over the world. And I have some this experience with them. That these students, although they have a very good potential to do to achieve what they want to, but the system we have here that does not allow them to get to the point they want. And also some difficulty relative to resident permit or discrimination and being called black or N word in the society on the world, and also when they are looking for accommodation, it's really difficult for them to get accommodation and so on and so forth. And that's why for my side, I think, okay, I cannot stay behind a word that happened. It's now time to stand up and act and do something for this purpose. And I've also been working in several associations in the city, and what we are doing this year is it's really to stand up for what we stay for, what is not going in the society, and we stay for also to struggle against any kind of discrimination, and also to put it in the agenda so that students from Africa especially, and also from all over the world as an international student in Cologne, they get some kind of support to achieve what they have, and also as soon as they achieve what they can also use their potential to work in Germany if they want, if the system allow them to. And for this purpose as well, for the election at the 13th of September, we will be really glad to have your vote, because we think we as students from Africa, we know better the situation we are going through, and we can also support and also represent the interests of people from Africa. So that's why we appeal, so we invite you to give to us your vote on the 13th of September. Thank you very much.
Thank you so very much, Doctor. You've mentioned many points that we're going to talk about them, after which everyone has introduced themselves. You mentioned the aspect of racism, you mentioned the aspect of voluntarism, and I'm very particularly happy because I think that many people do not usually understand that all what you are doing is a volunteer service to the community and for the interest of our people. We said if Black lives really matter, then it's really time now for the Black people in Cologne to make use of their votes. Thank you. I welcome with me to now our architect Eli, and he is the president of Bündnis 14. Sir, you're welcome to the program, and this is your platform. Tell us a little about you. You have 2 minutes. I know you are the president of Bündnis 14 Africa, and I know that you have been doing an amazing job. You're welcome to the platform, sir. We want to know who you are and what is behind Bündnis 14 Africa.
Thank you very much, Vera. Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to be around you in particular because so far I've gotten to know you're doing a wonderful job for our people, not only in Germany, but in Africa. Well, I started up in northern Germany. I was living in Bremen. That's where I studied. I became an architect, and I moved to Cologne since 2001, also as an architect. And well, life is easy, life is sweet as a human. But on the other hand, if you come from Africa and you're living in Europe, you might have some difficulties because people around you are wondering if you're a human being or not, simply because of history. All right. However, you should know, I definitely know that I'm a human being and I came to this world because I am a human being. And if we live together as human beings, we always have sweet dreams and sometimes we face the challenges. But here we are, as African people, we face a lot of challenges wherever we find ourselves in Europe. It's not only in Cologne. And so politics is a general tool to discuss and put your matter forward before the people. So this time around, Bündnis14 Africa, we've been on board since 2014. This is 6 years gone. And we have achieved a lot for our people. But this time around, we want to let our people know that we are able. All that we have achieved, we want it to be manifested. We want our people to get to know all that we have achieved. So the first 6 years was just like an experiment, and now we're getting the real taste. And so this time we are coming out more stronger. And we are really particular about young people so that we can prepare for the next generation. So politics, why? Because we are marginalized in this environment we find ourselves. We face discrimination of all type, be you a man or a woman. If we go out there, though we are highly qualified, we are denied job. And so in such a situation, you can only do one thing, to stand up and talk out. So Integrationsrat, Integration Council, we Bündnis14 Africa, that means Alliance 14 Africa, in other words, Alliance 2014 Africa. This is how we name it because that year, 2014, a lot of Africans came together here in Cologne and we said, no, enough is enough. We want to come out. We want to also let our counterpart, our German counterpart, know that we are able. Since then, we've been in operation, and people are receiving this message, and they are saying, yes, it is good. Yes, we follow you. Yes, we need more advice. And so today, we are fine. We are being engineered. And today, we also have updated our team, quite a lot of young people. Dr. Bain and I probably are the oldest. All other are younger. In fact, in our team, we have more women. You see, so I encourage you to be active in politics. If you are not talented from one way or the other, just come out and support us. Give us your voice, and we assure you that we will move this movement even more stronger.
Thank you so very much, Mr. President. It's always a privilege to hear pioneers talk on the project. And before we get into the conversation proper, I would like also the only woman, the only young person that I am having now on my board, a young lady, Priscilla Mariana Kinganda. I would like you to talk to us who you are, what motivates you to get into politics, and again, because you're a woman, you just fascinate me and you're blowing my mind off. Thank you for being on my platform, Priscilla. Unmute your mic so you can talk to the people.
Hello, thank you so much for having me. Dear, I'm humbled to be here with you today. My name is Priscilla Maria Nachiganda, as you have already introduced me. I am a student at the and I am a member of Bündnis14. I am a member of Solution Center Cologne, Pamoja, Africa. I have also worked with the Bündnis14 at the main train station of Cologne between the year 2016 and 2017. While at this place, I got a lot of contact with immigrants, generally people from Africa. I listened to lots of their stories and worked closely for them. This introduced me to the whole idea of integration, what it is at all, and what it's all about generally. And it's in understanding how we can work around creating solutions, lasting solutions for people with immigration backgrounds or international background. I am very honored to be together with the Bündnis14 team, which is a team made up of very many different people from different parts of Africa, people, different departments, generally coming together to put each and everyone's strength together to see that we can campaign, we can many immigrants that we have around in this city. And it's such an honor. I just want to encourage each and every one of you who is watching me right now to come out, vote for Bündnis, and be ready to be represented by an energetic group, a very empathetic group that knows exactly what you're going through. Personally go through. I know I've experienced what women of color literally go through around here. So yeah, feel free or be encouraged to let a team of people that have gone through whatever you're going through represent you. Thank you so much, Vera.
Thank you very much, Priscilla. I like the last word, and you said that people like you represent you. That is what fascinated me when I went into the municipal council in 2014, because I thought, and I still believe strongly, that we should be represented in the political scenario. Before we get to continue our conversation, let us welcome some of our guests who are here. I welcome with you. I want to welcome you all for tuning in. Thank you. Ma'am Batemona Abeke, you say amazing talk. Thank you, and I know that you're also one of the backbones behind Bündnis14 Afrika. It's a pleasure having you. Welcome you to Wambo Rose, and she said thanks for the platform. It is a pleasure. Of course, it is a privilege also to support our own. We're having Noah and Sija, who says there are real issues at hand indeed. Great discussion. So, you see now many people are coming up because there are real issues at hand. Ladies and gentlemen, you who is watching out there, I encourage you to come up with your questions. If you have any questions, especially you who is watching and you are from Cologne, and you know that on the 13th of September 2020, it is a very important date for you all in Cologne, in North Rhine-Westphalia. Do not miss this opportunity to give your own vote to the very people that look like you so that they can represent you in a way that you will feel also comfortable. Back to our conversation. And my question now is to the young lady, Priscilla Maria. Tell us, why should young people now listening to you, why should they vote for you? What is the special thing? What is that thing you're going to add value to if you were voted into the parliament?
Thank you so much for the question. To start with, already I feel totally honored to be part of this. Many different people from different countries in Africa, and I feel like it is about time that we are one and we came together to bring all our strengths together. Young and old, it doesn't matter. We need to come together and bring our strength forward in order to conducive for each and every one of us to live in whichever way we can. And why should people vote for me? It would be an honor to serve, to start with, to serve the people of my country, especially people with this immigration background. But most importantly, I want to be a picture that represents the young person out there.
Mm-hmm. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you so very much. That was also very direct and good response. She wants to be a picture, a representative of the people that are looking at her out there. I'm talking to Dr. Benjamin Chade now. Doctor, I found out that you are also very involved in the university and that you have been also like the president of the student union. And my question to you, sir, if the people vote for you, what will change? Why should they vote for you?
I think the most
Unmute your mic.
I think it's unmuted. Can you hear me? I think everything is okay.
Yes.
Okay. I think
yes, now I can get you.
Okay, most of people who know me, they know me of my pragmatism. As I'm always on the side of those who need help. For example, at the university, you said it well. I was chairman of the African Student Association in the time of 2011 to 2014. And also I have the privilege to work also with the International Student Association of Cologne. It is about with students from all over the world, as I said at the beginning. And I think the problem is the same, but for the African student, it's really special one. And coming back to your question, what they can expect from me, I know the system very well. Also, I also work on the migration issues, and also I have this knowledge of that people. It's really, let me say it this way, it's really unbearable these days that students have to travel 2 hours from one part to the other to get just apply for visa or apply to renew their visa. Students who live in Eferen, for example, need to travel to Bergheim to get their visa renewed, for example. And also when they are going to renew their visa, it's really tricky, really complicated for them. And also living in everyday life, it's not that easy. And also in the society in Cologne. Also, my colleague Eli pointed out at the beginning also, getting a job after the study is not that easy for them. I have this privilege to work in the system. I know the system very well. I have my idea to go to the ground to go to the system when the system is made, to go in there to make to put in change. It's really important for me, because I may help one or those who come to me, I will be able to help them, but it's better if I go to the ground and work with the people who are working the system on the norms, so that the system should be available for everybody. This is the point, what I stay for.
Thank you so very much. We are still going to come on that now. You're touching some things that have to do with racism and the structure. But let me go to the president himself and ask the same question. Mr. President, president of Bündnis14Afrika, you have been in the past 6 years or so on board. You have seen the system. You have understood what is lacking, and now you are representing again, and I'm sure you're representing more powerfully now. Question: what will you do differently than you did in the past 6 years? Why should the people vote for Bündnis14Afrika?
Yes, the people should vote for Bündnis14Afrika on many, many, many grounds. But I just want to point out one, that they have seen Bündnis14Afrika through with their performances. And I just want to mention just two that are just of recent lately that came on board, that we've been able here in Cologne to, I'm going to borrow a German word, Beschluss, that word. Well,
conclusion?
Pardon?
You're having an agreement, a conclusion?
Yes, a sort of agreement we've been able to put through the parliament here in Cologne, that people of African origin are not called that N-word.
Mm-hmm.
And this is something significant. It has never happened in Germany,
mm-hmm.
Europe. So, and the second one is that we've been able to arrange to come into partnership. Cologne as a city, a partner with another city in Africa. And
Beautiful.
to precise, Grand Bassin.
Mm-hmm.
Grand Bassin is in Ivory Coast.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So now, apart from these 2 points, before then, we also have worked very hard to see that people African origin who are lavishing in the psychiatric hospital, you can imagine there are quite a lot of them there. People or friends you've missed for a while out there, and you go there, you see them, and really a sad situation. We are still on that. We are still on that. We file in a questionnaire, and the city of council of Cologne Council, they're working on it still. And unfortunately, we won't get any answer before the election. But we want to follow it up. You see, so that is a very, 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 very important reason why we should come back. People should vote us so that we can follow up such matters that we have installed. It's not only that. We've also come up to say, no, that African students, or the so-called third-party students, all students who are not European, they are made to have a sort of, to create a sort of block account. Yeah. And this block account is 10,000 euro. Now, tell me, excepting you are from a millionaire family from where you come from, Africa, then you can easily sort out that. But those of us who our parents are not millionaire, we can't afford that. So we've also asked the city council to come away from that. So that question is still on. Again, we want to pursue it. So that's another second or third reason why we should be voted in, because if nobody else will pursue it, it's only Bündnis14Afrika. So in fact, I can range them, quite a lot of them.
Thank you so much, Mr. President. It's always very tricky when you give the word to Mr. President because he has to go into detail to have the things well detailed so that everyone is understanding them. Ladies and gentlemen, you're welcome again to our program. Thank you for tuning in. Today we are having a very special program dedicated to our African politicians. For example, those who are in the North Rhine-Westphalia, particularly in Cologne. And today we are talking with Bündnis14Afrika. And I want to use this platform to say we are very neutral ground. So if you're listening, know that we have no particular link to any of the people here. We are supporting the work because we believe very much that if Black Lives Matter, then now it really matters the most to go to vote. And that's why we're giving our support to every other African candidate in Cologne, in the North Rhine-Westphalia, so that they can make the difference in their different regions. And I'm particularly proud to see as many Africans who are involving themselves into the politics. Thank you so much. My next question again will be to Priscilla. Priscilla, tell us, now we have young people, I'm seeing Wambo, Rose, and they're very fascinated with what you're saying. They say exactly that's the point. But we have a system, and your president just mentioned that system. I'm very glad that you overcame and you are the first. I must recommend that. You're the first city in Germany, Cologne, that have really taken that N word from there and putting it into their constitution that we should not be using that again. This is a powerful result, and this proves that you are doing an activity, you're doing work, and that your presence is so important. And my next question will be to you: how do you, as a woman, overcome all the challenges of the structures to be able to stand in the politics as you are doing?
Well, the challenges of the politics are actually existent and they can't be avoided. But I think at a certain point, we all have to just realize that earlier, we are here and we are as much human as everyone around us. So if the system might work to sort of like create a difference between us and the residents of the place, it just comes to a time when you just realize, okay, this is what the system has to say. And if we get out there and we are real to who we are, true to who we are, then the systems will have to somehow be negotiated and in order to, be fastened for us as well.
Mm-hmm. Thank you very much. We have a talk here from Wambi Rose. Black votes matter. If we don't vote our people, no one will vote for us. So this question, this is a commentary from one of the viewers, and I want to ask Mr. Dr. Benjamin. Now, she says we should vote for our people, and my question will be also again a direct question to you. Tell the African community. Now you have been talking to the general public, and we have African community listening to you. There's a lot of issues going on, even amongst the African community. You are speaking now to the Africans. Tell the African community in Cologne why they have to vote for you and why they should go to vote on the 19th of September 2020.
Yeah, thank you very much. Before I come to this question, let me go back to the question you asked Priscilla before. As we are working in Bündnis14 as a team, and this is also a point to call up to call to every African as a student, every African student citizen, that we need to get to unite. How do you call to come together? It's really important. And to unite together, to unite, it's really important because Priscilla alone or Eli alone cannot reach enough. We need all of you. And that, coming back to your question, to me, it's really important also because Eli said also what we have reached so far in Integration Council. and we want to continue what we have started and reach also more to reach more than what we have achieved now. Many people may ask, yeah, okay, you are living in Cologne, and I'm living in, I don't know, Itheren or Düsseldorf, and so on and so forth. It's the time also to talk, to say to these people, our dream, our engagement is beyond the border of Cologne. It's also the time to call upon those living in these cities to unite and also to join this battle we are fighting. It's really important also. This is I think Elaine posted something last week in Facebook saying if as long as the lion doesn't tell the part of the story as the hunting story, we're always going to listen to what the hunter said. Nobody will hear what we have every day, and also what we can achieve when we get united. It's really important. Also, at then every people from Africa who like African or who are somehow bonded to Africa, it is really the time for you to join the battle we are fighting.
Thank you so very much. We have an amazing contribution. Margaret Mazikin Wanki, I hope I pronounced your name correctly. I'm sorry if I did not. Says, my question is not what they will do different, but what are we expecting from them? Ma'am, if you're here, please just keep your comments rolling and let us know what you're expecting from these gentlemen and women who are working hard so that they get into the parliament and be able to represent you all in Cologne, in North Rhine-Westphalia. And if, of course, Mr. President, do you think you can imagine what the people are expecting from you as the Bündnis14Afrika?
Yes, they're expecting quite a lot. They're
Okay.
expecting job. They expect us to create job for them. They expect us to do all possible so that they can get their visas sorted out. They expect us, that we will take up every burden they have as long as they find themselves here, right? But I'm going to say that, yes, this is a wonderful wish from everybody, right? But we live in a system where things are done according to rules and regulations, right? So we are calling on everybody. This time you said we are focusing on Africans. Yes, correct. But we should know that from history, Europe, they always have a distance to us in all walks of life. Right? So we should get to know where we find ourselves. We should get to know that the people who accommodate us in our country will not on their own willingly give you job or whatever, right? So we have to work hard and we have to learn something. If you haven't come from your home with a profession, then you have to come into the system. Bit by bit, you will get used to all what can do to prosper in this country. And so on top, then we will come in because we know how to handle the system. We will come in because we know how to talk. We know how to ask them questions so that they will do that for us, what they also do for their citizens. So, yes, what you want us to do for you is also what we want you to do for us. That means we want you to listen. We want you to take us serious. And we want you to contribute by bringing in questions that are constructive, by letting us know what you go through day in, day out at place of work, on the street. Our office is there. It is very, very central. And you can also reach us, through our website, our email address, our phone, everything is there. The more we get these questions from you, then we are better equipped so that we can always strike at any time and lay this foundation, yes, of unity, because at the end of it all, that's all what we want. We approach them. Are they approaching us willingly? The answer is, in most cases, no. So what shall we do as a unit? What shall we do as a team? We need a strong team so that we are able at any time to strike back. Pardon me, that word striking is not violence. I mean striking in the sense that we will give them the right answer at any time. We will give them the right answer when they need to know the answer we need to give.
Thank you so very much, Mr. President. We are having people watching also all over Africa, and we are having those that are watching also from Europe. I want this a question that is coming up, and that takes us also to your partnership project that you developed. And one somebody is asking the question: how will Africa as a continent benefit should you get into Parliament?
Oh, now, for example, the project, or we call it twinning, city twinning. What is going to happen there precisely? Now, imagine Falling's scenario. Cologne as a city, an industrial city, quite a lot of people are living here from different countries and from different cities from Germany, and quite a lot of different professions in different fields. Now, if Cologne comes into partnership with a city in any African country, so we are looking at working together in the area of education, working together in the area of technology, working together in the area where we will develop councils, city councils. That means the administrative part of it. We will work together in the area of agriculture. We will work together in the area of human resources. That means, to break it down, women, children, and men. And I come back, women and children. These two are very, very important, because the way we live here in Cologne, in Germany, the system trains you to respect both sex, the opposite sex. It trains you that you will have to share your power with the opposite sex. So everything is geared towards, yeah, that they fight for equality, right? So now imagine an opportunity where we will be trying to transfer all that we feel it is good here into this city in that African country. And we will also pick what we think is good over there and bring it over here to Cologne. So this I'm talking about, as it's been practiced, with many other countries. For example, Cologne has 24 twin cities in Latin America, in North America, and also part of Europe. So this is what we want, and we think this is something basic. It's unlike these other programs, we say Entwicklungshilfe, development assistance for African countries. We've seen that all these things are not functioning properly. Whatever assistance that is brought over, as you know, it goes into a private pocket, right? So it's not reaching the masses over there. So through this twinning city, we will be able to deal from man to man, from woman to woman, from children to children. So
Wow, that's an amazing program that you're having here, and it covers up Mr. Boli for Elvis. I suppose your question has been answered, and it covers up also the Agenda 2063, in which we have been working with it for the past years, and I'm very sure also the Agenda 2030 has been touched in it. We have also another comment from our viewers. Noah Asija, and he says, any comment on the issue of learning of the language as a tool of African integration in Germany, because it is a key to a lot of opportunities here. What are you people planning as Bündnis 14 Africa? You are in Parliament. How are we going to help, and how are you going to help with the African people, especially in the area of language?
Oh, wonderful. That's a wonderful question. Thank you very much. Look, we've been on this for a long time, right? We have our church community. We have our, we call it in German, Beratungsstelle. That is a counseling office, a counseling center. We work with kindergarten, yeah, permanently all these years. Just now, for you to know, I want to break it down. Kindergarten. This is where we send our children in. And Bündnis14Afrika and other associate organizations like Pamoja, and as I mentioned, Solution Center. These are all organizations that have been created by Africans. So from kindergarten, we make sure that our children learn the language properly. And now, to those of us who came at the age of 25 and above to Germany or to Cologne, who have found their way to us, we give them the opportunity that we train them and send them to different language schools. Of course, these are all government sponsored language schools. This is where they go to learn. Now, depending on their educational background, because we also find out that quite a lot of our people have not, gone to school properly before they left their home. Also there, we are active. We send them to school, and in course of these, they get to learn the language. Yes, it is a very, very important criteria to have success in this country, speaking the language. Those of us who have been here for a long time, this time around, we have difficulties in speaking all the languages. You can hear it. You see, I come up with the right words, but I need to think a lot. So, language is very important. Bündnis14Afrika, we are particular about that, and we make sure that those who come to us, we lead them, we make them learn the language. And this is also how they can better take care of their family, because that is also a problem we know, that not speaking the language properly, you will take a lot of time to sort out easy problems, right? Compared to when you can speak the language properly. So on that, we know what to do, and we are moving on with the progress we've been able to record now.
Thank you so much. We have another question coming up. Question: what are the African diasporas in Cologne doing to support this wonderful team fighting for our interests? Are we understanding really that it is voluntary work? And this takes me to the question. Thank you, Ma'am Margaret. I was about to ask the question because many people do not really understand that it is voluntarism. I will give you all the chance to talk about voluntarism, and I'm going to begin with Priscilla Maria. Priscilla, the work you're doing, you're giving all your time and your energy, your strength to this work, and you're asking the people to vote for you. Do the people know that you're doing this work voluntarily? What inspired you to get into doing voluntary work in the area of politics? Unmute your mic.
Very much. Well, I think if I'm to be honest, I think lots of people do not understand that this is actually voluntary work. from politics is considered to be, an opportunity to work, to earn, and something like that. So many still need the understanding, and it is a great opportunity that we address this and let the people know that this is actually voluntary work. It is people that have realized the issues that surround the life of a person with international that are coming together to say, okay, we've got to clear this up or to change this and that for the sake of the people that are currently living here, or also for the generations to come. Is, as I said earlier, the fact that I realized if I don't get involved, we can't rely on the next neighbor. Like, it's our personal or individual get involved to play a part wherever we can. And it is also partly to encourage fellow women. I mean, Bündnis14 is such a beautiful team, and it is such an honor to work with the different gentlemen and the different ladies. So it was an honor to be pushed. You know, the team already was working together to say our power to speak. And yes, I definitely would not turn down such an opportunity to represent fellow women, and most importantly, to tell the fellow women up. You can communicate. You can let the politician know that, know your issues and communicate, discuss issues.
Thank you very much, Priscilla. Dr. Benjamin, please tell us, why are you doing this work? It is a voluntary work. What pushes you to do this work? What is your interest? Do the people know that it is a voluntary work and you're involving and giving all your time so that you can represent them? Why do you do this?
There is one writer from West Africa who says, my voice should be, or shall be, the voice of those who cannot speak. I have this privilege to let me tell you a short story, because 10 years ago I came to Germany, and there was people who were there to give me informations, who were there to show me the way how to go, how to have some to solve some issues. And today I can say I've come a long way, and also that's why the reason why I want to use what I get, what I know, and also my connections, to help, to make it move in the society. Because I know, like we have already said it a lot of time, we, especially from Africa, we have special problems. Not because we cannot move, we don't have any potential, but it's because it's like we are not welcome in many ways. That's why I don't need anybody to pay me or to get money for what I'm doing. I'm doing freely because I wanted to do it. I want to make things change. That's what is really important for me.
Thank you so much, Doctor. I must really appreciate you. Before I come to the President, Eli, I'm going to give a question to you, Doctor, because I think the people notice already that you're French speaking. And so someone is asking the question directly to you, Dr. Ben Chade. In terms of integration challenges, do you see any differences between French and English-speaking Africans? Do they have different needs?
I think yes, they have some different needs, because I think those who speak fluently English, they are more like they feel like, okay, they don't quite need to speak German, for example. They are like as you know, they say English is the international a common language.
You're doing that correct. English is a common language. You're doing it perfectly well.
And that's why most of them are not. They are unlucky to learn German, for example. It's the same also for French people. They can learn English, but they still have this accent. Like you can hear me. I sound like I'm speaking French and English or German together. It's like you know what I'm talking about.
I didn't hear that. Just you heard that. Go on.
Thank you very much. It's really, they have different need, because as those who speak in English, they are they have some advantage because they can talk with everybody. As in German, for example, because many Germans speak English. But those speaking French, they have some difficulties because as not every German speak French. They might, yeah.
Thank you very much for this insight. Wambi Rose is saying, and then I'm going back now to a question to give to the president of Bündnis 14. Why do you do this work? It is a voluntary work, and you have to convince the people to first of all understand that you're not getting any money out of this job. Secondly, to make them understand that you simply want to fight for the interests of your people and because Black lives really matter. And thirdly, because you think it's so important, because I'm talking now to the people listening to me, ladies and gentlemen, if you really think Black lives really matter and you live in Cologne and you're living in the North Rhine-Westphalia, this is the time to really show that the Black lives really, really matter. Go into the ballot box, go there and put your own vote. Because during my time of politics, I learned that if you do not vote, you have indirectly voted all the same. So you better make use of this, because many years ago, people died, shed their blood because they wanted women to vote, because they wanted Black people to have access to voting. And today we are having that access and that possibility to vote. Make good use of it. And my question to you, sir, why do people, and how can you let our people understand that this work you're doing is voluntarily? You're not having any dime out of it, but you choose to help so that we be represented in the community.
Yes. Yes, indeed. It is voluntary. We're not getting money for it. May I break it down? If you, we have, say, between 9 and 10 sittings in a year. That means the integration route comes together every other 5 weeks thereabout. And if you come together for a sitting, you are paid €41. And this is just a token for you to have while away your time to discuss politics for 3-4 hours. Sometimes it goes up to 5 hours, depending on the agenda. In German, we say Sitzungsgeld. If you have to translate that directly to English, it's called sitting money. So you're paid €41 for those hours. And now calculate it, €41 times, let's say 8-9 times in a year. All right. So you know how much will come out of it. So basically, it's not enough for you to pay your telephone bill, nor is enough for you to fuel your car. And yet, you go in there. Now, apart from these 8-9 sittings in a year, there are other parallel sittings. We call them Ausschüsse. That means these are special sittings that aid Integrationsrat and aid the main city council here in Cologne. So all these organs work together with the Verwaltung, that is the municipal office. And also there we have to go in. That's what we have discussed in Integrationsrat. We have to go there and defend it. You see, so you see in a month, you must have done, say, between 20 to 30 hours. And this is added to your main work you do. I, as an architect, that's where the money comes in. Is it so? Why are we doing this? We are doing this because we've come to realize that African people in Europe in general are not having it easy. You can get a job, you can earn money and take care of your family, but your input is not cherished in the society. In fact, you are marginalized. And so if we go out there and represent ourselves and talk out and let them know that they are discriminating us, we let them know that they are also still racist as they used to be in the past. And we want them to be aware of this. So it is a fight worth fighting. It worth it because you have to now create this balance for your children to come. You see, so in fact, you don't need to ask for money. You need to just to go there voluntarily and do it.
Thank you very much. We are almost coming to the end of the program, and we realize people are still coming up with questions, but our program goes just 1 hour. This is a question to you all. David Chakura, I seem to know this face in Baden-Württemberg. You're welcome, David, and he's asking the question, how can we support you guys from outside North Rhine-Westphalia? And he lives in Baden-Württemberg. Please, in just a few minutes,
Yeah.
short words.
Please, David, you go into our website, www.Bündnis14Afrika. Yeah, Bündnis14 is one word, Bündnis14Afrika.com. And again, we have Instagram, Facebook. Just go in there and let your friends who are living in Cologne know of Bündnis14 Africa. If you know somebody in Cologne, just give them a ring. Remind them that Bündnis14 Africa is campaigning again for the second term. You will be surprised that it's not everybody who knows that Integrationsratwahl is going on. So yes, it's been. Then you really need to, yeah, just direct them to our homepage, and they should spread the news. Just spread the news. If you can do that from Baden-Württemberg, we'll be so glad, and may God bless you.
Thank you very much. Doctor, do you want to say something to that too?
Yeah, I just want to ask something because I think, as David, as what you can do is like we said it already. We need to unite. As I know where you live in your city, there can be this opportunity also to join together. This battle we are doing, as we are trying to, as the fight we are fighting, and maybe this time it's in Cologne, but next time it could be in your city, so that one day as I think. Maybe that will be a question. Will it not be great to have a political party from African people come back, trying to have something on how to, Bundesebene, I don't know how to translate it, like a political party who want to achieve something, not only in Cologne, not only in Engen, not only in Düsseldorf, but on the whole Republic. I think that will help a lot.
Thank you very much. To answer to your question, maybe we'll go to Ma'am Priscilla before we get to giving you some feedbacks. We have also a Bündnis for politicians. This is also an opportunity for all those who are politicians with African background. Don't get me. I would take the name on the online so you can join. We have already political organizations for all politicians with African background in Germany at the Bundes level. So I'll just take the name if it comes up in my mind, and then so you can join, because it's an important platform for all of those who are involved in politics. Ma'am Priscilla, you wanted to say something.
To what Doctor was talking about, an example would be the conversation about the amount of money that international students have to have on the question of having to extend the visa midway through the studies. This is expected of an international student, and at the same time, they're expected to every other student around. These conversations are what we need to strike in every single region. It doesn't have to be only in Cologne. Yes, Bündnis14 has this as part of the plan of what should a student have to extend a visa just halfway through the studies, when it is actually possible to give him or her a visa that just goes through the studies. If in Cologne, but in Baden-Württemberg zum Beispiel, in Berlin, in Düsseldorf, then maybe we can hope that at the end of the day, it will come into the understand about topics that affect us as international students or as people with immigration background or international backgrounds.
That's so very important because in Baden-Württemberg, students pay school fees, and which I find very deplorable. And so these are important conversations that can also now get collectively joined in the big Bundesverband for Afro Mandatsträgerin. I think the name is coming shortly. Make sure you join it as politicians. And Jerry Kramer is saying, if we want change, we must work together and not divided. Thanks for the support. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, that's why we are here. We are here to say it is time for us to work together. It is time for us to do these things, because if we do not do it, others will do it for themselves. And now we want to do it for ourselves. I want to give the chance again to Margaret for Margaret's last question. Please just go direct to the point so that we can be able to put an end to the program today. We are already 20 o'clock, but because it's a special program, we're going to go a little further and give the chance for some of those questions to be answered. Margaret is asking the question, how does your family cope with all this? Are they supporting you people?
Thank you very much, Margaret, for this question. Yes, the family setup difference, depending on the conviction of each family. Yes, they will be out there to support us, or all of us who are involved in this fight. So the answer is yes, because the family, they also know what's going out there. However, we also need to create time for our family. We know this type of engagement, take a lot of time of the family, but then we should be able to arrange our program that we are also able, as we care for people out there, to also care for our family. On this note, I want to go over, Vera. You see, quite a lot of families, they have problem in this society because the government or the social arm pick their children from them just like that. You see, this we see there's a conflict in culture, and Bündnis14Afrika is working with other organizations, as I mentioned before, Pamoja, and we also have COAFRI. COAFRI means Corporate African Resources. This organization, they care mainly for parents and their children. In other words, we work hand in hand with Jugendamt. So people come for advice. But on political level, this matter or this problem or challenges that African parents are facing is not well addressed. I remember that I had 1, 2, 3 questioning on this, and this was also treated. You see, I mean that's those subjects or those matters. If I would need more time to go deep. You see, but just to sum up, these are parents who more or less lost their children to Jugendamt just for simple matters. Yeah, simple matters like breakfast, because they found maybe fish in the brood, yeah, for their children for breakfast in the school, and that would be a reason for Jugendamt to be active, right? So you see, matters that actually doesn't matter, matters that are for us very, very common. It's a normal thing that if you send a child to the school, you make sure that the child has proper food in his stomach. And this could be pepper soup, this could be anything at all. But for them here, it's something strange, and they feel you are not taking care of your child properly, and just for that they will come and give you some hassles. You see, so that is a very important thing in a society that Bündnis14Afrika is also addressing. It's mainly not more politicalism, but this time around we have a range of these complaints that we are bringing in. You see, so just be rest assured, we need the time, we need your feedback. You need to come to us. We need to know what is happening with you. Don't be afraid. Nobody is going to expose your identity, right? So feel free.
So I'm giving you all, please, just 1 minute per person to tell us why we should vote, and tell the people, go vote for me. You all have 1 minute. I'm starting with Ma'am Priscilla, please.
Thank you so much. Just to encourage each and every one of you that is watching, please go out there and vote. And why? A team made up of many different people from different parts of Africa with different areas of expertise that are coming together to support each and every one of us. Be you a mother out there that is struggling to maybe have your kid with you, or to have your kid go through the system altogether. Maybe you're a husband struggling to family join you here. We are the team that is ready to fight your cause, because we are the people that have lived through your situation. I believe we are the path of almost everyone that could be represented among the immigration or the team, the group of residents with international backgrounds. So please, you can find time, go vote, and make sure to remember list number 13, the team that is ready to represent you in every area.
Thank you very much, Dr. Benjamin.
Yeah, first of all, I would like to use this opportunity to thank all friends and family and friends who are support of this this engagement of mine. And I would like to thank especially David Chakura from Engen, Nicola Mumuni from Hamburg, Dela, and so on, and for their support, because many people live in Cologne that do not know that something is happening, and these are people who can represent them is really on the list to represent them. And now coming back to the question itself, we have reached many things so far. Working in the integration for 6 years, we have reached a lot so far. It's not the time to give up, and to continue what we have started. We need your vote. It's really important. Eli talked at the beginning of Mayhem Psychiatric Center. It's really important so that we can follow up what is going there, and also move on many things we are planning to achieve together. For this, we need your vote. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. President. You have your last word.
My friends out there, I want to let you know that we have expatriates behind us in different fields. We have expatriates behind us that whatever you bring forward, it will be checked properly by our experts. And these expatriates, they are in social area, they are in politics, they are in finance, they are in technology, all sort of technology, especially computer technology. We have teachers among us, right? We have pastors among us. That means those of you who are Christians, you are welcome in this circle. So with all these that make up a society in normal circumstances, we have them. So if you vote for us, you are really voting for experience that we need to maintain for the next generation, for our children. And as my friend said, Ben, the last experience, the 6 years experience, is quite a lot. We have a lot of papers with, a lot of things that we've done, that we wouldn't let this experience just go like that. We want to spread it. We want to put everything into manifestation. So that is why come out and vote Bündnis14Afrika. Alone hearing that word Africa, you should be engineered. Thank you in advance.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. And of course, we've come to the end of our program. My word to you is I wish you all the best. I am hoping that our people in Cologne and in North Rhine-Westphalia have listened to you and have understood the work you're doing. And I was particularly thrilled by the fact that you are all doing the work voluntarily. So I'm taking that home, and I want our people to take that home, that people doing these political activities at the local level do not get any finances in what they are doing. So, ladies and gentlemen, while you're watching this program, remember that Black Lives Matter. And if Black Lives Matter, this is your time to put that into action. Go and vote on the 13th of September 2020. Make the history come to realization. My name is Vera Sompon, and I have been the host of the program today. We are from the Sompon Global TV, and thank you. If you care, you can go also and subscribe to our TV program on YouTube. God bless you, and take good care of yourself. Have a nice evening.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.